In this video, we install and review a RZR bump seat. Coming up. Hey, what's going on, guys? So Chris here with Midwest ATV, where we help you find your next adventure by providing trail reviews, gear reviews, and other ATV related tips and news. So if that's one of your interests, think about hitting that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all our future videos. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get right into it. So if you saw our last gear review, I talked about something in a box that I was super excited to get installed. Here it is. So what it is a RZR bump seat. If you don't know what a RZR bump seat is, it's basically a way to allow a third person, basically a child, ride in the middle of a Polaris RZR two-seater. So I'm gonna pull it out here quick and then I'll explain it a little bit more. Okay, so here it is out of the box. As you can see, it's a pretty narrow seat. This one is made by UTV MA, which is UTV Mountain Accessories. There's a lot of them out there. I'll put a link in the description below of a couple options for you. There's a few different brands out there. Generally speaking, they're all gonna pretty much look like this for the most part. So as you can see, it's a narrow seat made to fit in between the two front RZR seats. This is up here for the seat belt. It's got a harness that also gets installed. Got a couple mounting brackets at the bottom down here. So I'm not fully sure how to install it yet, so we're gonna take a look at that momentarily. Also in here we've got, looks like some installation instructions, which is a bonus. Always good to have. Also in this box we've got the seat belts here. They look pretty good quality. Some nice thick padding on them as well, as you can see here. All right, so I'm not gonna get too much into the seat belts right now until I figure out how to get this seat installed first. So I'm gonna go ahead and read these instructions quick, figure it out, and then we will start putting her in. Okay, so I looked at the instructions. It's literally one page, and there's not even any words. It's just pictures. So I don't know if I should be insulted that they assume I can't read, or maybe pictures are actually better for me because I'm not that smart. All right, so after looking at it, it looks like, so this piece has to come out, and that's where the bottom bracket, so this guy right here will mount down here between the seat belts, and then it looks like mount up here as well around this bar. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start working on that, and we'll see what happens. All right, guys, so there you have it. About an hour total for the installation. Doing it a second time, I could definitely do it in less time. It's just trying to use those pictures to figure out exactly what they wanted. Made it a little more difficult, but still an hour for that installation, not bad at all. It ends up being 2 bolts, that's it. And then on the top half, it ties in through the harness. So that was actually probably the most confusing part, trying to figure out the loop system that they had with the bracket. So with that, can't really do a full review without testing it out. That means it's time to hit the trails. How's it feel, Mason?
Good.
Good. All right, so we are back. We took it out on the trail, tried the bump seat out. I didn't throw a lot of trail footage in here because I didn't want to turn it into a vlog. Anyway, we took it out on the trail, tested it out. Room-wise, not bad. I mean, you're still adding a third seat, so it's a little more crowded in there, but it really wasn't near as bad as I thought it was gonna be. There was still a decent amount of room. Nobody was like banging elbows or anything like that, getting too close. So that was nice. That worked out really well. The seat itself seemed comfortable. The kids seemed to like it. The harness, that the seat belt, is definitely better than the factory ones that are on this RZR that we actually need to replace. It held the kids in really well, and they didn't complain about it at all. And the seat belts themselves are pretty padded, which is nice. So overall, seat's comfortable, seat belt's nice. Installation not too hard. This is an awesome addition to a RZR to allow 2 kids to get in there. My only complaint is there's not a lot of space for the child on the bump seat to put their feet. So Originally, our son was just, his feet were just kind of dangling, and you'd see he was kind of squirming a little bit to get comfortable. He did kind of figure out a spot to put them really on the cup holder and just kind of around. So he figured it out. It ended up being not that bad, but I don't really know how you could get around it. It's just kind of a downfall, I guess, of the situation. So once he kind of figured that out, though, he seemed pretty comfortable, just kind of hung out and relaxed. So these bump seats, we think, are definitely worth it. It's awesome having that extra seat available for when neither one of our kids wants to get on their little 90cc and ride around on that. So it's also awesome if we want to go on a little bit more technical trail where we don't really think our kids' level of riding is yet at. All right, well, that's all we got. I hope this review is helpful. Like I mentioned, we'll put all the links in the descriptions down below to help you find these bump seats. So if this video was helpful, think about smashing that thumbs up button. Otherwise, think about hitting that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on future trail reviews, some random moto vlogs in there, as well as gear reviews. And starting next Monday, so we're going to start every first and third Monday, we're going to start a segment called Maintenance Monday. So it's not going to be geared on major overhauls. For example, I'm honestly not the best guy to learn how to do a clutch replacement from. Not to say that I won't do it, I'm just definitely not the best guy to teach it, and I know that. So it's going to be more like tips and hacks, like tying down ATVs, greasing hubs, maintaining, you know, your tie downs, just random kind of little tips and tricks and hacks to help people out, especially those that may be newer to the ATV world. So watch out for that as we as we start that and continue to develop it into hopefully something awesome. Otherwise, that's all I got. We'll see you next time.